Hi everyone, I am Kaan and I'm going to talk about time travel paradoxes. So, before the paradoxes, I want to talk about what's the time travel. So, according to Lewis, time travel occurs external and inner time. Inner time is the time measured from the time traveler's perspective as they travel through the time. So, in time experience from the time traveler's perspective, you can see some changes uh, in time travelers and in travel. So external time is time experienced on Earth, such as rotation of the sun, rotation of the Earth. So the duration of journey will be different in person and physical time. If there is no such a distinct between both of the times, we cannot talk about the time travel. Second topic that I want to talk about our power in time and what can we do in the past. So there is a general opinion that we can change the past, but to have this ability, the model of the past have to be compatible with it. So the fact that actions taken during time travel can change the past is a possibility uh, in a model where time has two or more past. So what I mean by two or more past is that you can think of possible universes and other timelines. So in the single pass model, however, the effect and cause are continuously connected. So we cannot talk about such changes in the past. Just we can affect the past. So let's give an example. Imagine that on the evening of March 29th, 2010, you spilled a coffee on a picture you had just finished drawing, and in the other version, you didn't spill the coffee. So in this case, there are not two different versions of the past, uh, with and without the you or you. You imagine like we are a time traveler. However, in this case, there's a one person and two perspective. So in the single past model described uh, in the example, the two versions contradict themselves because it eliminates causality and there's no such a thing that two different things can happen in the single pass model. So therefore, the time travel scenario cannot happen. But in the two or more past model, you can think like that in universe A you didn't spill the coffee, and universe B you did. So in that scenario you can imagine like that. But in the single pass scenario you cannot imagine. So the another topic that I want to talk about is causal loop paradox. So before the causal loop paradox, I want to talk about backward causality. Backward causality represents events where the effects come before the cause. So this causality allows for possibility of causal loops in backward time travel. So a coincidental loop occurs when the sequence of events show that one of the events is its causes. So you can think like that: X causes Y, Y causes Z, and Z causes X again. So it's continuous forever. So we can uh, give an example for this also. Let's imagine Kane, who is an 18-year-old time traveler. He used a time travel machine to go back in time to meet a younger version of himself. So they meet in a place where they both know and explain how to build a time machine. So 80-year-old Kane gives him a blueprint and some prototype to how to build a time machine. Then Kane returns with his time machine in his present. Then the younger version of himself starts to build a time machine. And after a series of successful experiments, let's say, he built the machine. Then he used the machine to go back in time to explain how to build a time machine for younger version of himself. Then he tells, then he give the blueprints, prototype, such things. Then he go back in time. So in that case, uh, there's a time travel machine in the past, but the knowledge of how to build a time travel machine comes from nowhere because the younger version learned it from the older version. So therefore, the source of knowledge is lost, but the time travel machine still exists. This is the causal paradox. The other paradox that I want to talk about is grandfather paradox. The grandfather paradox is a famous paradox. Most of us see this paradox in science fiction movies and series, TV series. So simply, the grandfather paradox is that imagine you travels back in time and you want to kill your grandfather. So you see in the picture, you build a time machine, you travel in time, you meet your grandfather, then you kill your grandfather. So if you kill your grandfather, one of your parents will never be born. Then actually you will never be born. So the time travel, yani you could not have killed his grandfather if he had never been born. So this creates a paradox because it's impossible for you to be born and not to be born at the same time. So basically, you cannot kill your grandfather if you travel in past. But but this is also the model of this past is a single past. So if you think or imagine the past is have two or more past, like you can kill your grandfather in universe A, but in universe B your grandfather will be alive, and you also will be alive since there's a two different universe. So the opposite events cannot happen at the same time in single past. Uh, Thanks for listening.